Getting ready to head to Baltimore to play the Ravens Sunday, and the Ravens will present a different challenge. Lost their first game of the year against the Chiefs last Sunday, 2-1 on the year. Now the Ravens present a unique challenge for the Browns. They have an athletic quarterback, crazy athletic quarterback in Lamar Jackson, and they have a big physical downhill runner in Mark Ingram. You add that to the fact that they like to throw the tight ends. That presents a challenge for the Browns defense against areas the Browns are traditionally weak in. Ravens players admit they were getting a little tired of hearing how good the Browns were going to be in the offseason. John-Harbaugh, he's been impressed with the Browns' defensive front, the defensive front four up front, and he knows that's going to be a challenge for his Ravens offensive line.
I'm very confident those guys can block anybody, on their own. Ronnie and Miles have played each other in the past, so they've gone against each other. Orlando too, a little bit less, but he has. But you're always going to, against the best pass rushers, you're always going to use whatever tools you can, how you organize your protections and things like that to stop guys. But it's not just him. I mean, they got pretty good player on the other side over there, who they got in a big acquisition from the Giants with Vernon. So I just think we're going to have to really be conscious of the whole front four. The inside guys can rush as well. It's the strength of their team. I mean, that's their best group, and they play really hard and they're very physical. And our offensive line and tight ends are going to have to be up for it, and our backs too.
John, along those lines, Ronnie's been a pretty good player. Have you seen him take steps forward?
Who's that?
Ronnie Stanley.
Ronnie.
Have you seen him take steps forward this year? Is he more comfortable?
He's playing well. Ronnie's playing well. He's playing at a very high level. I think he's playing at a top level. He's had a really good 3 games so far, and I expect him to keep getting better. He works really hard. He works hard in the weight room. He works hard in the meeting room, and he works hard in the practice field. So that's all you can ask for of any player. But he's a young player. I do think he's continuing to improve every week, throughout the last 3 years, really. So expect that to continue.
Coach, you talked about not giving up big plays on defense. And you've seen Beckham before, but not with these guys. And you talk about a challenge of dealing with him and Landry on the other side. Two guys are obviously capable of making big plays.
Yeah, I mean, those are 2 top level receivers. I mean, 2 of the best, two Pro Bowl guys, and they've done it for quite a long period of time, so they know what they're doing. They're going to always try to find those guys. Baker's going to try to find those guys. They're going to try to free them up on routes. It's not just those 2 guys either. They've got some other talented players. So Chubb comes to mind, obviously, and their other receivers. They'll get Higgins back. So they've got plenty of good players.
John, Mark Ingram's been pretty solid. I know it's not surprising you at all, but what's he added to the offense, and how pleased are you with the fact that he's caught a few, run for touchdowns, done everything?
Well, yeah, we had high expectations for Mark coming in. It was a target for us in free agency, and he came here, and he was excited to be here. He's been a great leader too. All the things you mentioned in terms of how he's playing, but he's also doing it as a leader and a mentor. Just the way he plays, I think, provides leadership because it shows guys how hard and how physical, you can play. So very happy with Mark Ingram.
Are you happy with the way the offensive line has come together in general? I mean, aside from the Miami game, basically the same 5 guys have been on the field for every snap of the season.
Very happy. I think they're playing well. But then again, you look at that and you say, well, we've got a big challenge in front of us now with the Browns. This will be the best defensive front we've played yet. I'd say, by a long way. This is one of the best defensive lines in football. So let's just focus on Sunday.
With this offense, RPO for their quick game. They're going to try to run the ball as well. We know they got 2 playmakers at receivers. That's pretty much it so far.
Earl, I know after the game you suggested you would like to watch film on at least the 83-yarder. What do you guys need to do to clean up some of those big plays that are happening? I'd imagine you guys think they're happening too often.
Yeah, we just got to be on the same page. We can't be thinking different things versus concepts that we need to stop. The communication wasn't there, and that's what we need to continue to work on. If you remember going back to that play, Marlon was out, so that was a glaring example for me. When the young guys come in or guys that's not usually in those spots come in, we definitely got to get them up to speed and communicate and make sure they know what's going on as well.
What are you kind of expecting from your first AFC North game?
I'm expecting a dogfight, man. In the NFL, it's always hard to win, but I'm expecting for us to put out some good tape, correct our mistakes from last week, and see where that leads us at the end of the game.
Earl, you weren't get the sense when you got around your teammates that all the hype the Browns were getting bothered some of them because they were the team that won the AFC North last year?
The Browns won the AFC, though?
No, the Ravens were.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you get the sense that some of your teammates were bothered by how much attention they were getting, even though it was the Ravens that won the AFC North?
Yeah, I think especially guys, we have a lot of free time, and in the media, they're talking about OBJ and that tandem and Baker Mayfield, the next, savior. He had a hot start. And then to add on to that, Coach Harbs talked about it a couple of times in meetings, and so guys kind of got tired of it.
We just focused on ourselves. We waited till it came to the week of the Browns, and this week is the Browns, so that's our focus, and that's when we just do us.
What was because you were the defending champs, what were your thoughts when you kept hearing all that hype this offseason about?
I ain't care. I just worry about the Ravens. I don't really care about other teams. I don't, so I really didn't care at all. And they supposed to hype themselves up, because we gonna hype ourselves up, but we just not gonna do it, out of the ordinary. Yeah.
Lamar, we've talked a lot about your improvements as a passer, and those are clear. But have you gotten better as a runner too from year one to year two? Are you more comfortable scrambling, juking guys?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's a natural thing.
That's just that's why I'm here. Just when the time comes, take advantage of it. If not, just sit back and pass.
When you were learning the position growing up, which quarterbacks did you identify with? Did you really enjoy watching, and what was it about them that you identified with?
Michael Vick. I watched Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I watched them all growing up. Drew Brees. I just try to take anything from their game, to help them succeed, and try to help myself, out on the youth football field.
Lamar, what are your thoughts on Baker? What were they, during the draft? And do you hear a lot about him, given that you've taken some of his best college weapons in Marquise?
I feel he's a great quarterback. He went number one in the draft for a reason. That's all I can say. He's a cool guy outside of the field too. I talked to him off the field too as well. Seen him out a couple times. He's a cool guy.
Mark and Marquise talk about him a lot?
Nah, we worry about ourselves. We don't worry about other teams.
When you have Hollywood, Orlando Brown, Mark Andrews, being part of this team, do you gain appreciation for Oklahoma football a little bit more being around those guys?
Yeah, I see why they were so good, successful. Yeah, guys fast. They can do it all, man. I'm glad they're on my team.
Hey, Lamar, you missed some passes in the Kansas City game. Is that a credit to what Kansas City was doing defensively, and how do you?
That was just bad passes. Bad passes. I should throw an accurate ball, a catchable ball for my receiver, not overthrowing them. When I watched film, I was mad. I was cussing. I was. You can ask Coach Herb. I was mad. I want those back. I feel like the game would have been different. Yeah.
Lamar, I had read that you enjoyed passing more than throwing. Why is that?
I hate running. Only if I have to, But my job is to get the ball to the receivers, the tight ends, running backs. If I have to run, I'll do it. But I'd rather just sit back and pass it.
He makes some pretty good catches. I've seen catches after our battles. Just each and every week he's making those type of catches. So he has great hands, great route running. He's a complete receiver. But like I said, we're excited for the opportunity to go out there and challenge this guy, see what we're made of as well, and to make our plays. So at all times, you got no reason on the field. Make sure that we had communication across the board, and that we just finish the play.
Hey, Brandon, Earl talked about Coach Harbaugh using some of the hype that the Browns were getting, maybe as a bit of a motivation in some team meetings and things like that over the course of the offseason. What did you take away from that?
It's just talk. I've been here for 12 years. You guys crown people every offseason, which is pretty cool to see, right? You have your great stories and all those good things, but that's what you get paid to do, right? And that's exciting for people to read and to get into. Me, on the other hand, I have a job to do as well. That's to make sure that my unit, this organization that I'm representing, that we're out there playing our best ball, and I'm out there giving my all just as well. So while you're out there doing your job, I was doing mine, working out, training for this opportunity, for this moment, week 4. Great opportunity for us to go 1-0 in our division, go 3-1 and defend home turf. So that's what it's all about. And we can wake up on Monday and see what the storylines read.
Yeah, was there a certain level of disrespect that you feel
Given that you guys
I always feel disrespected. What? Are you serious? You crazy? Yeah, we always feel disrespected. You know, you just say all types of things about us, but you know, it's all good now. I mean, we can't control that, right? It's they got some acquisitions in the offseason that made people excited. We got excited as well, so it's great. You know, it's good for football. It's good for our division. I think our division is one of the toughest, and you know, has a lot of talent in it and added talent as well. So. Good for business, right? Let's go to work.
First AFC North game of the year, the Browns and the Ravens. If the Browns can come away with a win, they'll be tied for first with the Ravens at 2-2 after 4 weeks.